Okay, let's get talking about what this video series is going to be all about. So, the Epic Game Jam for 2022 concluded about last week. I think a little over 7 days ago, maybe a little under. Um, and it was quite an experience. It's my first one. And, I used to think that I was kind of maybe starting to get good at Unreal, but there's nothing quite as humbling as trying to complete a project. So start and complete in 7 days. Um, and as you'll see, what I came up with was not great. Something only a mother could love. So the theme was as above, so below, and I had a really hard time getting like a creative vision for this jam. I spent the whole first day, which was really only half a day since they reveal in the afternoon sometime, like 2 o'clock. Um, so I took that whole kind of first day to just try to think of a theme and get excited about getting something out. And I finally settled on an idea, and that idea would be that you would have your player character would walk around and be able to enter a spirit mode and use that spirit mode to kind of look at the people around them. And regardless of what they were currently doing visible, if you pulled out the spirit, you could kind of see their inner thoughts. If they had problems, try to help them solve it. And eventually you'd have, some kind of villain character who would come and you'd have to do something. I wasn't sure exactly what. So I decided I would do this. It was going to be, in my mind, a little bit more of like a cinematic type experience. But as you'll see, it turned out to be more of like a Daz Studio setup, where it's just a bunch of pretty much statically posed characters and and just some super simplistic text-based gameplay. Nothing special. Um, it's not something I'd whip out and show my friends and be like, "I made a game. Check this out. Play it. Be excited." Um, it really is just a way to, and this is the thing about game jams is you have such a short amount of time to make something. It's gonna be in many ways garbage. It's gonna fall short of of the vision, especially if you have trouble kind of containing your vision to something small. Um, which happened to me here. I envisioned quite a bit more than what eventually happened. I just got bogged down in the details of mechanics and trying to figure out the engine, looking up tutorials, all that kind of stuff. But the benefit is that no matter what you make at the end of that 7 days, you get it submitted. I've already mentioned this a couple times. It does two things: it humbles you, and it kind of builds up a thick skin because other people are going to see it, and oftentimes people will shy away from that because they don't want to look like maybe they're incompetent at making a game, even though they really don't have any experience with making a game. And what they make kind of reminds me of when I would draw as a child, and sometimes when I draw now. It just looks like a child drew it, and I'm certainly not a child anymore in most ways. Anyway, so this video series and this project, I decided instead of just throwing it away, deleting all the files, that I was going to use this as a launching point, not necessarily to make a full commercial game, but to come up with a bunch of strategies and recipes to make my next game jam that much more enjoyable so that I can actually focus on the creation aspect, the artwork, and all that kind of stuff. And as I make these little recipes, that I can provide them to the community, and hopefully they'll, find some value in it. Um, the Epic community is amazing. Just people give so freely. Epic Games itself makes so much content free, um, and I'd like to give back if I can. So anyway, this is gonna document my progress, show just various mechanics, and how to build up just a quick way to prototype those things. And yeah, I have no idea how it's gonna go. We'll see what happens.